Abi? Now, going forward a little bit further, I stumbled on a video and it breaks my heart a little bit. I mean, not because it is new, but simply because the ruin, the underdevelopment of Nigeria caused by these glutinous kleptocrats is more pronounced now. And no matter what they say to you, Nigeria is not progressing. I'm saying this because, I mean, how could you, in this 2021, have this kind? I'll show you something though. This time is somewhere around there though, and they call it Federal Road. I'll show you first before I continue on it. Yeah.
Stated otherwise, that the
I think that's the other one.
I warned May Day this year that
this road is too bad for a long time.
Dejected and stressed can best describe how these commuters feel after being stuck for several hours on the Benin Ekuma Auchi Okene Express Road. A journey of few hours now stretches for days even, as vehicles are trapped in gridlock occasioned by the several field portions on the federal highway which links Edo to the northern part of Nigeria. It will gladden their hearts if the relevant authorities, in this case the Nigerian government, addresses the problem, which is also wreaking havoc on their vehicles.
My engine gone off for insight.
Residents of Ekuma and Eastern West local government area dread the rainy season as it aggravates the bad situation they have found themselves. The deplorable condition of the axis has drastically affected their businesses and means of livelihood.
Look at my little soul that I'm managing. It's affecting us. If I do anything over tank or gate, I cannot take it to the destination where I'm going. Please, they should come and help us.
A whole federal road is like this. It's not good. And there are government there. Are they not seeing it? They are seeing it. They should come and do it. This is the public road.
Not be only Hausa road, not be only Igbo road, not be only Bendel road, not be only Yoruba. More of places where they for Nigeria, they use this road. And I had a big government to repair them.
The Benin Saple Warri Road connects the state to the south-south and the Niger Delta region. What began as cracks on the surface has since grown into deep pools. Protests to draw the attention of the federal government appear not to have yielded any visible results.
If this road is good, what are we fighting for the masses? Good road, water, and light. That's what we are fighting for. Look at the other developed country. You see the way they are developing their country. They are looking for power, not road you are talking about now.
I want to village market to buy yam. Do you know how much I pay for transport fare? We are not finding this funny at all. In short, it's giving us headache. Anybody that is in charge of it should please come to our aid.
Already now playing the enter. We were the useless, we not get money. Mercy the pity for us. For the dear. This or the dear. Who go say Gary not go say oh dear.
However, worried by the suffering these strong A roads have brought on the people, the state government says it attempted to carry out remedial works but was prevented.
Auchi Ibilo Road was so bad, some of our contractors could not go to their quarry sites. We say, okay, please let us undertake the palliative on that road so that at least they can go and get aggregates for work. They said, no, we can't touch those roads because the road is a federal road and it's already under contract. What do we do? Even when I say, okay, I want to go and fix Benin Saple Road now, I'm not allowed to. Because first, it's not our road. Secondly, federal government claims that they have already given out the road and to a contractor. So I cannot go and do anything about the road. So we're in a very difficult situation in Edo.
That is how they play the people in Nigeria. There are federal roads, there are state roads, there are local government roads. So when you see the local government road and say, why is this road so bad? They will say, now state road though. Here you get. And when you say, but what about your own local government? Say about we don't get money, states don't give us money. Local government money goes to the states, joint account. When you see the states, I say, what about this? I say, but you know, the federal government is not giving us enough money. And therefore, that's why we couldn't really do that. What about this other? No, those ones are federal roads. Then when you talk to the federals too, you will realize that your different political leaders from your different part of Nigeria, they are the contractors who got the contracts, but they didn't get them to do them. So they play the people that uses the roads, the people that uses the old facilities and all of them infrastructures. They are not divided as federal people, state people, and local people. They are supposed to be Nigerians, you will say. It is the same mentality of when they tell you Niger Delta oil. And look at that place. So this is meant to be that Edo state. From Edo going to, from Ondo state to Edo, from Edo to Delta, from Delta, go on like that to Port Harcourt, to Rivers, from Rivers to Bayelsa. All those places were supposed to be the UAE of Nigeria, the Dubai of Nigeria, better than Dubai, because these areas are not deserts. These are beautiful, greenery, vegetarian areas. Their life could be so good. But their resources have become more or less like the cost on them. So the resources in Niger Delta that could fix those roads, build standard 21st century highways, they can't get any better life because their resources belong to Nigeria. Yeah, it's Nigeria. They have to use the money from there. But there's a video that came out it's not new, but the video came out just today. And it's about the Zamfara gold. I have told you stories, gave you evidence, fact of what was going on in Zamfara and still going on in Zamfara on many occasions, several occasions, right? I said, right before our very eyes, the criminal politicians from that place empowered terrorists. They empowered Fulani terrorists, okay, who were there to chase the farmers out of their farms because they could take over their land for gold, illegal mining, or should I say illegal mining of gold. They have killed people, thousands of people. To celebrate the achievement, Matawale, then as their governor, bragged of the Zamfara gold on this street. Zamfara is second poorest state in Nigeria. If you start counting it from the back, Zamfara is number 2 poorest state in Nigeria. Worse off, the people there. The terrorism has collapsed the economy. Now, young, old, male, female, they are all gathered across the states on different illegal mining fields. The Nigerian government probably feels like they don't know anything about, but the truth is that this is Nigeria, and the owners of this place are Matawale Awevied, the former governor. What's that one? The one that wanted to be Senate president. What is that his name again? Remind me. Matawale, that one, and also one senator, they said, own this place in Nigeria where they are extracting the gold. Just like this.
Ina kimara biyu. Wa kun ga da ba wannan ne. Na aka canta kilo.
Bari in mun koma mu zo da sai.
Sagiru dan sagi. Shege ya san wuri mai kyau kenan.
Idan uba.
Kun ga yadda aka hatuwa da gara mai sallasa guntattaki.
Ba mu ba da kuɗi mu kwashe mu bashi waccan Allah na.
Wace Allah ka?
A to shi kenan sai in bashi da rayuwa.
Ya rere. Kai, ba. Da ba ta kai da ba.
Did you see that? It's like the whole town. That used to be farmland, by the way. You see all those places they've dug, that used to be a whole farmland, farms everywhere. Most of the owners of the lands have been killed or chased to IDP camps. refugee camps in a far, far, far away land. There is no army, there is no soldier there, there is no, nothing. It's like everyday thing there. And as they're extracting the whole gold cross, wherever they are, they process that same on that land. And once they finish, they pack them and they take them outside Nigeria. That's not Congo Democratic, Congo DRC. I mean, the Congo DRO. That is Zamfara State in Nigeria, where children, young, old, male, female are there every day, seeing how much of the stones they can find so they can get paid a peanut, and they will return there tomorrow. And guess those behind it? The Minister of Defense of Nigeria, now the former governor of the state. So if you want to send anybody, if you want to report them, who are you going to report them to? The government, yeah? And who is the government going to send? The police or the military or what? Who is going to give the order? Now you do the math. Criminals have taken over. You will figure it out later. A lot of us. And as you have them as criminals up there, that also gives rooms to different impunities that also happen just within us. Intolerance, okay? Superiority complex or inferiority complex, whatever other complexes that people are suffering from, right? The impunity, the bullying continues as the criminals are bullying us. Those who have the religion, what do you call it, their own religion, the supremacy mentality, they are also bullying us too. I'm sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. I will do my best to come back and repeat this in English, by the way. But you know one thing, the intolerant jihadist Islamic madmen from Ilorin, they actually are so bold and confident that the system is for them. And Isheshe, Yoruba's tradition, Yoruba's religion, would not by any means be allowed to represent the Yorubas. I mean, like, they are already arguing about it. They call Yorubas idol worshippers. You are worshiping idols. You are worshiping stones. You are worshiping water. It is against Allah. Even though we all go to Mecca to rally around the Kaaba, But no, that one is different. This inferiority and the rest of them are creeping in so bad that it will soon turn violence. Trust me. Because a lot of people are now kind of awake now. Okay? And this happened. I'll come back. Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. It's so horrible. And it's so annoying that somebody speaking Yoruba, is this so raging and hateful towards the same Yoruba? And we have been told, maybe they are actually not Yoruba. I mean, why?
Lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ilé tẹ́ ṣe èmi àti òmọ́ra rí. Sẹ́yìn tó sọ́ọ̀bù ni. Mítìrì tẹ́ ń ṣe nu. Lákùn bọ́ mú ẹ̀fún mi nígbà tí wọ́n wà ní lákùn. Tẹ́ bá ní àwo mínítì tẹ́kọ̀ wò kò sẹ́ni tí ò bẹ́wọ́n ká fẹ́ràn sẹ́nu ká wá sí. Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ṣe kí ni ẹ̀kọ́já sí jìnnà rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́rẹ́ kí jìnnà gan. Níjọ́ mẹ́jọ òní ẹ̀yin ilé aláràn ẹni wọn kúrò bí ẹ̀sán wọn fún wọn o. Ọlọ́run kẹ́ni ju kẹ́mọ́ ìgbówó olùsọ́ba yìí lọ. Ilé aláràn àjẹtì gúnránù ẹ dáwọ́ padà kán kúrò mi tá bá bá omi jọ mẹ́jọ bá ṣe wá ìkòlè rọrùn o àjẹtì gúnránù kò ní rọrùn o àjẹtì gúnránù tẹ ìmọ́rí lórí tó ń ṣe yìí mítì tẹ́ ń ṣe nu ẹ máa lọ́dà pé torí ìjà ìfẹ́ ká ti bò yín gbogbo ìjà sọ commissioner of police mọ̀ nígbà tá a fẹ́ ṣe yìí ṣe mọ̀ pé kẹ́ bá ṣe mọ́ lọ́kàn àti gá àti set àti gbogbo movement yẹn la mọ̀ ẹ kúrò mí yìí ẹ máa lọ ìlú tábà níjọ́ mẹ́jọ báwa la nílùú ni bẹ́yìn ẹja jọ dán o báwa ni bẹ́yìn ẹja tó
ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn èèyàn nǹkan sọ wọ́n níbi tí ẹ ti kó ìṣẹ̀ṣe ilẹ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ tó fi lé yín.
lọ́pọ̀ lọ́pọ̀ ti lé ọ ìṣẹ̀ṣe ló ṣe. nítorí pé wá wá síbí ẹ má jà bá níjọ́ mẹ́jọ o èmi sálà Ayọ̀dèjì wọ́n sọ fún mi pé àjọrọ̀ bá yín bí níjọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ kọ́ ẹ try mi o ṣẹ́dọ́ tàbá tún bá yín bí níjọ́ mẹ́jọ òní ẹ dán wò
kò sí ẹ̀sán àgbà kan tó lè ṣàwọn.
ẹ dán wò ilé alárìn ilé wọn o ilé alárìn ilé wọn àjọrọ̀ bá wọn níjọ́ mẹ́jọ o tí yín la wò ó lè ní tá a mú bọ̀ wá ló yẹ kẹ́yìn tẹ jára lálẹ́ kẹ́ ṣáájú náà tó tá a bá ń dàn kàlú ẹni àgúrẹ́tà sọ fún yín àti pọn ilé tó bá yẹ ilé alárìn lẹ́yìn eléyìí tó bá tún ṣe méjì nìṣẹ́ṣẹ́ níbi ilé alárìn níjọ́ mẹ́jọ òní kó wọ́n tẹ̀ sí bí tó bá sí bí rárá tó bá sí rárá ẹ dá òun
àmọ́ tífì ọlọ́run fẹ́ mọ̀ ta tífì.
sàlámà lẹ́kùn jama sàlámà lẹ́kùn ẹ̀dá òkúrọ̀ ọlọ́run sóbìnrin ta tv ni
obìnrin ò ta tv
sóbìnrin ta tẹlifíṣàn.
ìyá yìí bó lẹ́yìn fi jẹ́ bó lẹ́yìn fi jẹ́.
kọ́lá ìlọ́rọ̀ kankan bá wọn sọ ní táwa fẹ́ láti sọ fún yín.
Did you see that? Okay, I'll explain it to you in case if you don't understand Yoruba. Some lunatics who claim to be Muslims, right? They went to a place where you can call it a business, where somebody is running his or a business, selling TVs. Meanwhile, right inside that same shop, which is a space that is our own, legal space that she paid for. So they got the hint that those who come into the shop, they are not just coming in to buy televisions, right? They are coming in to meet and discuss about Yoruba tradition and all that thing, Isheshe. So when they got the hint of that, these lunatics, they picked up sticks, stones, and they went there to go and warn them that, listen, we heard that the place you were before, it was this same Yoruba tradition, or Yoruba tradition that you are practicing there, that they told you to leave. Now you have come to this town, you are doing the same thing. We don't want any kind of a Yoruba tradition here. You can go back to the border town, to the border end of the town, go into the bush and practice your Yoruba tradition. Don't practice it here. And we are saying this for the last time. Initially, we are just thinking, we're just kind of respecting the landlord, the owners of this house or this shop. That is why we have not started destroying things. The next time we come back here in a week, if we come back here and we notice that you open this shop at all, don't even open this place anymore. We don't want you to do any business here anymore. If you open this shop, we will destroy this place. Because they are Muslims. And others are Yoruba. In Yoruba land, and I have already seen these Saudi slaves, Yoruba Omuale Jatis, who have suddenly become the jihadists that they have been groomed to become. They have already said, can they try that nonsense in northern Nigeria? Yorubas tell you that they are from Nupe, Abitakpa, they are from Fulani or wherever they practice in northern Nigeria. Yorubas are on their own ancestral land, Yoruba land. You are telling them that can they practice that in the north? Whatever you are asking for, you will get it. Every generation comes with their own, with their own drive. And in this case, as you are grooming, thinking and growing, thinking that oppressive mentality that those before you kind of managed to get away with, that they will get away with that all the time. A lot of generations are rising up that are going to ask you, and that's exactly why you're having this all the time now. Like you're having it in your media. Yoruba's tradition or religion is something that every Yoruba son and daughter should be proud of. You don't even have to practice them. It is who you are. It is who we are. Now, if you have become a born again, nobody is arguing your religion with you. If you have become what do you call it, Islamic and the rest of that, you should respect who Yorubas are. And if those who are saying Yoruba Ronu, I actually have no idea. The majority of them are a bunch of political cowards or jatis. They are much like stronger when they have people to hate on, the Igbos. But look at this happening in Yoruba land, the audacity, the effrontery. But guess what? Because they are mostly bunch of Yoruba coward or jati who are very bold in using this same Yoruba to defend the criminals, political rogues who have sold Yoruba off just like peanuts. If there's anything that should enrage you, this is actually the top of it. But no, a lot of you have been enslaved by all this religion as well. You can clap for them, but yeah, I showed you, especially now that a lot of people can see through the antics, the threats, keeping them out, keep them coming. Rather, at least a generation that is going to tell you you are dealing with the wrong one this time around. They will soon be here to show that to you. But enjoy it while it lasts. Intolerance, in Yoruba land, somebody telling you as a Yoruba man, you must not come back to this place tomorrow because of joy, and there is no rage. There is no kind of, where are those leaders, Yoruba leaders that always have opinion on things? How come it's so difficult for them to have opinion on this now? Or is it, okay, I guess the OPC don't say they are also taking it up as well. But well, talking about the mullahs, Niger Republic has now kind of expelled Nigeria ambassador to Niger Republic. Not just Nigerian ambassador. They have expelled the American, French, German, and most of these European ambassadors, European countries' ambassadors to Niger. Because Kolu said is now using the last card of his diplomatic channel with Niger. Remember from day one, their demand was that the junta must release the captured president and release him, not just release him, return him back to power. And that's their demand. The junta said, no, we have already crossed that bridge. We are not going back on it. And you will never make us do that. Well, if that should be the case, there is going to be an invasion. So Kolu called a meeting. And he was telling all the mullahs from northern Nigeria, like, listen, I know some people have already started campaigning that I am attacking Niger and I'm going to cause civil war there. Any attack on Niger is attack on northern Nigeria. But listen, guys, it's not even just me anymore. In fact, I am the one holding back the other countries from invading Niger Republic. That's what he said. He told them, he said, I am the one holding them back. But for the last time, could you please go and tell these guys that we are not giving them ultimatum and we are not waiting for 3 years. We want them to return Bazoum to power and hand over to him and then disappear. And after this, if they say no, fine. Whatever happened after, let everybody kind of deal with it. That's Tinubu's message. So yeah, these guys, while they were waiting to board their plane 2 nights ago to Niger, they received the message from the junta that says, we don't want to have any relationship with Nigeria anymore. They cut off tie with Nigeria. They expelled Nigeria ambassador, possibly somebody from northern Nigeria, and then they'd be ambassador to Niger. So they've sent the ambassador of Nigeria out of Niger Republic. American ambassador and the rest of them leave. Which still kind of borders on the wahala is pretty much inevitable. Okay? And for the last time, the mullah believe that they can still change their mind and there will be no war, in their own words.
Honorable Minister, sir, may we know what has transpired between...
You see that guy? That's the new Minister of Information. Oh. Look at his face very well. Oh. He's already fighting with Obaseki. He hasn't shown as a good liar, but the first time you see his face on Mayegun's diary, political, and him talking, after they swear for him as Minister of Information, replacing Liar Mo. See his face.
Honorable Minister, sir, May we know what has transpired between the president and them in the meeting?
Well, yes, as you have said, the Council of Ulamas have returned to the president for the second time to give a report on their ongoing dialogue with the military junta and other stakeholders in Niger Republic. They have briefed Mr. President about the situation, and the effort is still ongoing. Mr. President has listened to them. They will continue this dialogue. Mr. President is interested in exploring peaceful options in this, but nothing is off the table. He has asked the ulamas to continue their dialogue, and they will continue to do that.
What is the next line of action?
Well, the next line of action is that dialogue will continue. Mr. President, as the head of ECOWAS, is interested in pursuing peaceful resolution of this crisis. But like I said, nothing is off the table. Mr. President has said he should continue to engage, and the ulamas will continue to do that. By the way, he has appreciated their effort to finding solution to this issue. He's encouraging them to continue, and he has thanked them, and efforts are ongoing.
Sheikh, sir. This is another attempt from you to look for a lasting solution between ECOWAS and a Republic of Niger. What direction are you taking now?
Alhamdulillah, wa sallallahu wasallam ala nabiyina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi wa man walahum bi ihsan ila yawmiddin. First and foremost, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving us the opportunity, and we appreciate and we commend the effort of His Excellency the President. And as you see, we have just met with him, and we told him all what went there in Niger, and he appreciated, and he still give us the mandate that we should continue to take this dialogue and discuss with those junta over there, because they gave us listening ear, and we are sure through peaceful discussion we will be able to achieve what we want. And we are still going back there to ensure that through amicable way, through peaceful way, as spiritual leaders, we will be able to do and contribute what we can be able to do. What we want is, we don't want war. We want peace to reign in our region. So may Allah continue to bless His Excellency the President for giving us this opportunity. And we want serious prayers, fervent prayers from the entire community across the region, so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant us that, so that peace and harmony will continue to reign. Without peace and harmony, nothing can do. You cannot even enjoy the dividend of democracy, and you cannot even practice your religion. And I'm optimistic, inshallah, with this intervention, Allah will answer our prayers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The mullah is confident that with prayers, the junta in Niger Republic would listen to Tinubu and just walk away and put Bazoum back to power. No, it doesn't work that way. Okay. And if, every day the junta continue to gain ground and gain ground and gain ground, the Lagos Bakus, they have already kind of drawn out a Niger Republic map. And according to them, you see, Niger Republic map be like this, kind of like that, but with a tiny neck. So here, something like that. Okay, so you see this tiny here. This is Niamey, the country's capital. You see that tiny neck here? It's just like a passage to the bigger part of Niger that makes up the whole country. Lagos Bakus are asking Tinubu to cut the neck. What they meant by that is that the Nigerian army should go straight and go and block that passage within Niger Republic and choke the junta, the military junta, into Niamey, face them there without having to affect the rest of Niger. But, well, oh yeah, collect his sauce, oh yeah, cut them off, cut off the neck, because it's so kind of easy, isn't it? We'll find out soon. So let everybody continue to play the card of, yeah, we can get it all done and all that. When what you are doing is called meddling. You are meddling in the affairs of another sovereign country. And you want to show the big brother what of you to your own puppet masters. And then that's called meddling. And if you F around, you find out. That's what they say, you know. You F around, you find out. So Nigeria will find out. So back in Nigeria, where the subsidy is currently being packaged for food, somewhere in Oshodi, for Greater Oshodi, fuel subsidy remover. Somebody received their own package, by the way. See the meaning.
Àwọn olóṣì palliative wọ́n ní kó wá gba palliative kásẹ̀ Greater Oshodi. Àwọn ìyá oníyà bí àwọn nǹkan tó wà ń bẹ̀. Ẹ wò látàgbé méje lẹ́lòmíì ti lọ. Ẹ wò ìyá ọdún mẹ́rin lélẹ́yìí another 4 years. Ẹ wò palliative olóbùkún wọn 5 billion àbí 50 billion lélẹ́yìí. Ẹ wò result 50 billion. Ẹ wò àwọn káwọn ìyá oníyà ń kó bòkó local government. Ní kúure o ṣẹ́rí. Ẹ wò Greater Oshodi.
For those who have received their own, that voice you heard is about a beneficiary. She's not a beneficiary, by the way. She's kind of complaining that old men and women who went to the secretariat to go and queue from 7 in the morning, they got beaten, whipped by the police and the soldier. They beat them up only to end up giving them that she's shown on the screen, right? Rice, beans, and ororo. But they're going to do it next month too. I think they're going to do that for 6 months, they said. Or you're just going to collect what they give you right now because you may never see them again. Obaseki was talking about the same subsidy money. I mean,
I warned May Day this year that we've come to the end of the road. The old economic order in Nigeria has now expired. We have to come up with a new one. We should stop deceiving ourselves. Now subsidy is gone. The exchange rates have been aligned. So the era of free money has almost come to an end. But the consequences are that the weakest and the most vulnerable in our society, unfortunately, will carry quite a huge part of the burden of these policies. I'm shocked that people who campaigned around the country saying that they were going to remove subsidy had no clear plans on what to do to support those who will be victims of this subsidy removal. I'm really, really shocked and scared about what we're going through today, where the government doesn't seem to have a plan to respond to the consequences of the policy measures it has taken. But for us in Edo State, we will not abandon you. We don't like the word palliative. We'll rather use the words like support to support those who will be victims of these policy measures. We'll work with you, NUP, to see how we can, particularly those who retired with very low terminal wages. I agree with you. We must look at consequential adjustments. And give me 30 days, we'll come up with. I'm not doing you a favor. It is your right. If, with the way they have mismanaged our national economy, we have to deal with inflation above 20-25%. It therefore means that whatever we're paying you today can barely do much for you. So the realistic thing to do if you really believe in God, is to make sure that you put yourself in the positions of those who you are paying and see how you will feel if something is not done. And if God has given you the power and the authority to do something, then it's only proper for you to try to do something.
That's the part I like. I'm not doing you any favor. It's your right. Nigerian politicians always feels like they are doing you a big favor and say, just trying to help you when they are robbing you. Unfortunately, the people themselves are not better, especially when it comes to even making decisions in, So yeah, it would give them more money in a way to help. Anyway, that's on the side. The effect of the subsidy removal has further exposed, right, the vulnerability of Nigerians economically. And the criminal politicians are not actually in any way finding means of fixing that. Rather, they are opening doors or windows everywhere of how to kind of take advantage of it, you will say. And that is why when they came out with these new statistics that shows that Nigeria is almost at a full employment, can you even believe that? In 2023, Nigeria Bureau of Statistics, National Bureau of Statistics in Nigeria, is verifying who has job and who has no job by going on the street to ask people. In 2023, yes, that's what they are doing. Because I think people will tell you, they pay us to go to the field and ask people. And what are the questions they were asking people to know those who have jobs and those who don't have jobs? Hey, hello, have you worked an hour? Have you done anything for like an hour that you get paid for in the last 1 week? Say, yeah, I helped them. I helped my neighbor to wash his car. And he gave me 500 naira. Oh, okay. You are employed. And that's the question they were asking people. Survey. Go on the streets. Sorry, my sister, you are doing alabaro. You are a kaya, abi. Okay. So how many hours do you work in a week to do this kaya? I work from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. in the evening. Wow. And do you do that every day? Yes, including Sunday. Oh my God, that's like doing 12 hours a day. So you are doing 12 hours a day. Alabaru, 12 hours a day. Yes, sir. How much do you make in that time? Well, after I eat and after, at least I still make about 1,000 naira, 1,500 naira a day. Oh my God. You are the people we are looking for. So you have job now. You are making 1,000 a day for being alabaru for 12 hours. Then you have job. Because by record, by standard, you are making 1,000 naira a day. 30 days, that is 30,000 naira. Okay, that is minimum wage. But we never recorded you as employed. What about your friends who are also doing alabaru? Do you know them, how they work? Yes. How many are you? In this market alone, we are about 2,000. We do alabaru. 2,000 employed in this market alone. How many markets is in Lagos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,500 markets. Oh my God. 2,000 people times 2,500 markets. And you are all making 30,000 naira a day. You are all employed. And before you know it, Nigeria is almost at full employment right now. And Lagos APC, the APC, some of them jobless. So Bambi allow beggars on social media and offline. So when the MBS released the stat and said it is only 8.5 million Nigerians that are unemployed. Oh my God. You know what? Oh my God. Is it, oh my? No, not like that. Let me do it again. You'll be like, 4.1% Nigerians are unemployed. 4.1% Americans are unemployed. 3.8% Canadians are unemployed. 4% are British are unemployed. Nigeria, 4.1% unemployed. Oh my God. They are doing, oh my gosh, this must be a miracle. The same people who told you that the inflation in Nigeria is 24%. Is that true? Is the inflation in Nigeria 24%? Are they not repeating that everywhere you go? Are the media not repeating that? Are the politicians not repeating 24%? 20% inflation? Are the economists who are there as economists in your Nigeria economy, are they not repeating 24%? In reality, is the inflation in Nigeria 24%? Is it 24%? The inflation in Nigeria is over 200%. But they say their own rating, there's a standard they used to measure it. There's a standard they used to measure it. There's this, okay, oh, inflation is 24%. And Turkey inflation is over 70%. But people who are living in Turkey, Nigerians who are living in Turkey, they are still paying the house rent, school fees, and other subsidy money for their family members back in Nigeria. Their own inflation is about 70% too. Struggling, and then, they can tell you, those who are living in Turkey will tell you what that simply means on them. But nevertheless, you we get 24% inflation in Nigeria, you do Bambi allow on social media. How many Turkish people you have you seen online begging people to help them pay the school fees, beg them to so that they can feed their family, so that they can eat, if not in days now, because they are lying to you. And that's why I said, whatever economic jargons they are saying to you, now you know better, okay? So they are saying that 4.1% of you are, just 8 million of you are unemployed. But that is on the one hand. Just a few days ago, they also said they want to lift 133 million of you out of poverty. So if 133 million are living in poverty and only 8.5 million people are unemployed, Baba, who are those they want to lift out of poverty? Togolese, Yabi, Beninois, Yabi, Ghanaians. Because even if you add all of this together, they have not even reached 140 million. So maybe they will add the Nigerians and the Malians and then Burkina babes too. Because Nigerians are fine. Okay? If you have job and you are doing something, at least that means you are okay. You have job. So you shouldn't be poor. Okay? But it's because it's all lies. They will cook you. Oh dear. They will cook you. To the point that you'll be asking yourself that, are they talking about this same Nigeria? This one, where are they inside right now? This one, say now, Nigeria, congratulations. You are doing well. Because they are so shameless and they will force it on you. And like they say, all they need to do is to continue to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. And then before you know it, they'll begin to believe it too. Even when realistically, you are all in a hole. The whole math, God bless you, the whole math is not mathing anymore. The whole mathematics is not mathematics anymore. Inflation, 24%. You know what that means? May I explain that to you? If to say your inflation in Nigeria is 24%, before these criminals came in, they said inflation in Nigeria was about 7.5%. Before these criminals came in, Bokwari, it was a 5.5%, single digit. They said single digit, 5%. That was 2015. When these criminals came in, it started jumping. They started using the fake figure, 11%, 14%. Inflation just dropped by 1%, 13%. Our inflation just gone up again, 20%. They are playing with your brains. But when we go to the streets, in 2015, when these criminals came in, okay, with inflation, a bag of rice in Nigeria was 7,500 naira. See how that sounded? Bag rice on 7.5. Does that not sound to you like I'm talking about 1980 or 1960 in today's Nigeria? This was just 8 years ago. A bag of rice was 7,500 naira with inflation. Today, a bag of rice in Nigeria is almost 50,000 naira. So, inflation, if inflation is 24%, 24% is 7.5. What is 24% of 7,500? In fact, what is 50% of 24 of 7,500 naira? That should be 3,700 and something, Abi, 750. 3,750 naira. That should, if the inflation is 50%, so which means a bag of rice should be somewhere around 11,000 naira by now. Even if the inflation is 50%, it should be around 11,000. But they will be telling you, no, that's not economics. Economics of upper GDP, GDP to ratio income. Speak your grammar, finish up. The truth is that a bag of rice is now times 5. Times 5 means is 500% inflation, 500%. The money you will use to buy one bag of rice in Nigeria today, you will use that same one to buy 5 bags of rice 8 years ago. So it's 24% inflation here. Here is another one. 24% inflation. A liter of petroleum with inflation, with foreign exchange and blah, 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 inflation. A liter of petroleum was 87 naira per liter 8 years ago. So if the inflation that has caused everything to go up is 24%, share from 87 naira to 700 naira per liter, share 24% in here. Is that 24%? Because if it is 24% inflation, as they are telling you, on everything, let's even say 50% inflation. 50% inflation means a liter of petrol in Nigeria today should not cost more than 130 naira per liter. The most, 130. That is the inflation of 50%. But today, a liter of petrol is over 600 naira per liter in Nigeria. But they are telling you inflation is 24%. Now, the same character, the same rogues have come out to say, now only 4.1% of you no get job. And they say that's the international standard. Me ugbori. Me ugbori. In this country, right? In this UK, we have those who don't have money to take care of themselves. For real. As the economy, they go hard, even here in the UK. Once they tell you that inflation don't go up by, if they say inflation has gone up by 2%, now die you. That 2% simply means some businesses have already started suffering and some people are going to become jobless. Within that same system, if you now fall along the line, that announcement, when they say 2% inflation, 1.5% inflation, 2% interest, businesses, they die. Jobs could they lost, and they know. So the moment people start falling off, they fall into benefit baskets. And in this country, you have a lot of people who rely and depends on the benefit from the government. Okay? They have all their numbers. They will never, for any reason, quote the number of those the government is paying, they are giving money to as benefits. There are people who they collect benefits in this country. Their benefit is more than those of us who are working. Seriously. You will see some people where they collect up to like £4,000 every month as benefit on them and their children, or health benefit, or this benefit or that benefit from the state. UK will never add them to employed people and say, Shebi, they have enough money, we are paying them. So in order for us to work and balance those who have lost their jobs and those who need jobs, let us just add these people to it and say, we are paying all of them too. At least they are paying them. They are paying them money. That's what these criminals have done in Nigeria. Do you think by just coming out to say 4.1% Nigerians are unemployed, but 140 million Nigerians are living in extreme poverty? If the population of Nigeria is 210 million, and only 70 million have managed to put their head above water, 140 million are living in abject poverty. So what does that tell you? Where is the figure of 4.1% unemployed comes to play? In America, today, their own unemployment rate is currently around 4.1% as well. Okay? But it simply tells you, you can tell, where are those jobs? Where did they come from? Who are those who are collecting those pay that say they are workers, they are working? Then you will see it on their book and say, okay, if only 4.1% Americans are jobless right now, not working, right? It simply means that more than 90% Americans who are eligible to work are currently working. What does that tell you? It simply means more money for the government of America. If you have over 200 million people who are working, paying taxes in America, that's a lot of money for America. In Nigeria, if you say only 4.1%, let's say you are supposed to have at least 180 million people who are eligible to work. Now, in this instance, over 40% of them who are supposed to have jobs, in fact, over 60% of them are jobless. So for you to solve the joblessness problems, right, cook the figure, okay, and say, oh, they actually have jobs, Jared, they just don't know that they have jobs. Only 4.1% no get job like America. But where is the money? The tax money from those who have the jobs, if they're actually real jobs, that should show up in your return as government and say, look at how many people working. Look at all their taxes. The taxes of 180 million Nigerians who work genuinely, paying them to Nigeria will never make Nigeria to be using 98% of its own revenue to service debts. Nearly 100% of Nigeria revenue. Very small. It has shrunk. The moment the joblessness in Nigeria skyrocketed, tens of thousands of businesses died in 8 years. Millions of jobs were lost. You see, when all these things happened, businesses, jobs, Nigerian government lost revenue. Buhari's government lost revenue, no tax, no nothing. Until when they started going borrowing and people are going sorrowing. So if your people get job and you don't cook the number, or you show working, show the figure of how many of them that have paid the tax, because you know it's not true. It is not. And it is a matter of time, by the way. So yeah, people are questioning that, and people are questioning so many things. And I like that. I do. It's a matter of time they can lie to themselves again and again and again. But the truth of the matter is that when it's time for them to show workings, like Buhari, they will have nothing to show, but they will blame you. They will call you names. They will call us names, enemies. They always think, say, he must fail. They always must say, can you go? Now, you know what I mean? Like, they will blame us. They will say, because we are criticizing them, we shouldn't have. We should be praying for them. Like, Kumuyi advised, madman. Sure you get? So they will come around and say, maybe we didn't pray enough. Or maybe we have criticized them too much. Maybe because we also said that they will never succeed. Or maybe because we didn't want them to succeed anyway, so they will turn around and blame you. I've been there before. I just thought I should tell you. You cannot cook fake figures to fix joblessness in Nigeria. You cannot cook fake figures to solve poverty problems in Nigeria. You cannot use propaganda to rule a country that has completely been so damaged. No propaganda can fix that. And within it, it's a matter of time before the whole thing will be completely out of control. I strongly believe that. So I'll leave you to it, okay? And I'm thinking I should take calls. I'm also thinking that we could possibly just wait till tomorrow, okay? I'm sorry. I should just be kind of upbeat about it and say, okay, no, we're not taking calls, or we're taking calls. But I usually be that kind of dramatical towards the end of the program. But that's me. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you join midway, you can watch this from the start again, okay? And if you have been with me all night anyway, right? The best 2 hours, like the broadcast, share it, okay? Subscribe to my channel. The next time I'm here, right? We'll have our own one-on-one, the usual, okay? Where we can call in. So thank you, and all of you. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Lamidi #1. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun Diary Lamidi #1. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Mayegun Diary Lamidi #1. Lórí Facebook àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Máyégún máa wí. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Máyégún Diary Diary Politico. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Máyégún Diary Káyìdé number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Máyégún máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Ayé. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Ha! Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré. Ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o, ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran. Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́. Ó ti jọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o. Ó kó ẹni tó bá dán wò á kàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran.